Welcome back, guys. I wanted to come here and give you something. Tonight, we're going to talk about cultivating a strong character and values, which I believe many of you are struggling with. And I know that you're struggling with it because I'm getting your DMs, your messages, your emails, and I'm seeing comments under my videos. So clearly you're struggling. You're struggling with creating a character. Some of you, even having read all of my books and watched all of my videos and been following me for over 10 years, you still don't know what that means. And I just want to go over this again, and I'll keep going over it because it's something that you need to really envelop yourself in. And maybe you're not used to my language, maybe you're just stuck in the rabbit hole and you can't hear me, you can't listen, you just don't get what that means practically, what that looks like. And so we're going to talk about that. Values, right? Things that you deem important, things that you put first, things that you push other things aside to get to. There were many comments under my videos, and there has been a plethora of the same repeat type of comments from various people, talking about the relationship that they want. They want somebody loyal and somebody who adores them, somebody kind and sweet and somebody generous and somebody self-aware and somebody, emotionally mature. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And then I look deeper into the commentary and they start talking about themselves and the things that they envelop themselves in. And it leads me to wonder, and I want you guys to ask yourselves this in your private time when you're on your hikes or walks or taking a long drive or in your bubble bath or staring in the mirror at yourself. I want you to ask, what do you value? What is important to you? What is important to you and why? So for me, I value my health. I started seeing a lot of illnesses in my family, and my father transitioned in 2012 of heart failure, and he had heart failure because his health was horrible. He did not value his health, but he did value work, and he did value status and all the little Capricorn moon things that he had. And so he worked tirelessly. There was no day off. It was work until you were done. And because of that, he didn't eat well. He never slept. He acquired many diseases. And so as I grew up and I watched family members, him and then, siblings and then other people, just watching how they moved and getting sick and transitioning to the non-physical, I had to take control of my health. So it is one of my most important things, period. I value my health in a way that others don't. I value my physical health. I value my mental health. I value my emotional health. So I'm very protective of myself. I stay out of conversations. I don't have to be right. I don't have to be dominant. I don't feel the need to clap back all the time. I protect myself emotionally and physically. I exercise 7 days a week. I don't care even if I go for a 5-mile walk, and do some sit-ups or push-ups. Like, I take care of my physical health, and I eat as well as I know how to. You guys know what my diet has been for over 10 years. And so that's really important to me. It's one of my values. It really is something that I highly value. I try and get 9 hours of sleep a night. And so because I value my health, okay, because this is, a character trait of mine, I value individuals who value their health as well. I do not have friends who eat poorly, who don't get enough sleep, who work themselves to death. I will not be in the vicinity of those individuals. I don't want them. I don't think that, highly of them, like, oh my gosh, you're grinding, you're not. Like, that's not my lifestyle anymore. I too fell into that hole. And so when we talk about values, I ask you, what do you value? And why? And why? So when I look at these comments and I see these requests for partners, and I too had a request. I had a list of about 40 something things that I required in a partner. And I had to look at that list and see where I fit into that. I had to see where I fit in. I guarantee you guys that the list that you make for friendships and so forth, you don't fit those characteristics. I guarantee you 100% you don't. I guarantee you. Because your value system is not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. You know, when we talk about cultivating something, creating something, there's rules, there's boundaries, even for yourself. You know, I show up for myself every day. You know, the other day, I normally exercise in the morning. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do some other stuff. I'm going to go and do laundry. I'm going to go clean my space. And I'll exercise at night. I don't mind switching things up. It doesn't have to be exact every day. And in fact, some days are just too hectic or things come in that weren't supposed to, and I have to switch things around. It's perfectly fine with me. So it was getting really late. It was literally like 10:30, and I was like, oh shit. And guess what? I still showed up for myself. I put on my workout gear. I rolled out my mat. I put on my favorite movie, Superman. I actually put on part 3. And I said, we're going to work out anyway. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to make excuses like, oh, it's too late. It's almost tomorrow. Nope. I did 55 minutes of exercise. I did abs. I did weights. I did everything. And then on top of that, I got right into my bubble bath and did what I normally do, you know, every single night. I showed up for myself. Now imagine if, now that's part of my character. How you do one thing is how you do everything. When I say I'm going to do something, it gets done. I don't leave loose ends. I don't leave loose ends. And I watch people do that. Oh, I'm going to do this, and they never do it. Oh, I'm going to do that, and it's like 5 days late. They're very sloppy. I call it messy, actually. I've 2 individuals who I grew up with who are fucking messy. And I don't trust messy people. If you fuck up one time, I'll question you. You do it twice, I don't trust you at all. I'm like, that's how you do everything. You're just messy. Because even at almost midnight, to put on my workout gear and get my ass on that floor and exercise for 55 minutes, I don't know many people who would have done that. They would have said, screw it, I'll save it for tomorrow. They wouldn't have even took a bath. They would have just gotten to bed. Okay? I show up for myself. Now, if somebody told you, oh, we're going to do something tomorrow, blah, 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 and they promised you and they didn't show up, you would be furious. You would question them. You would be like, oh my gosh, I was waiting for this. They didn't show up. But many of you don't even show up for yourselves. To hear this entire video, make sure you join my membership where you'll get access to weekly self-esteem sessions, exclusive videos, discounts on chart readings, books, and more.